The Projects section of Working Cloud allows a user to create projects which combine products and services for a particular client. To access the Projects section of Working Cloud, move your cursor over Work, Projects, and then click on Manage Projects. We're going to create a new project. Type the project name. Select the project manager. Select whether it is an internal or external project. As you can see, internal has a lot less features, and we're going to focus solely on external projects today. Select the start date and the finish date. Type the description. Select the client. Select the site and select the contact. Now if you need to, you can create a new client, a new site, or a new contact. Click Save. Now we're in the project, so we can edit any of these features here. And we can also print the project or make this project a template. We can lodge activity. And show it to the client or email it to the client contact. Also, with this one, you can attach documents. So, first of all, we're going to add a job to this project. So here is the orders section, and here is the work records section. So the orders section is for products, and the work records is for services. So let's go to add a new order. So you can select a template, type the order name and the description, select the owner, select the delivery, select the scheduled start date and the scheduled finish date, and select the terms and conditions and click Save. Now this order has been added to the project, and then here's the available order. So we can actually remove this from the current project, or you can add it from the project. So if we were coming in and there was already an order, it would be listed here. So as you can see in work records, there's already one listed here. We can add it to the project and remove it from the project. So let's go back to orders. Now we can add a new order. I'm just going to add a second, and I'm just going to use this template again. Now type the description, select the user, no deliveries required, and we're going to do this one next week, and select the terms and conditions and click Save. Now these ones are both added to the order. I'm going to close this, and now as you can see here, these two have been added to the order. We can change the status as requirement gathering. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to complete the orders. So what we do is we click Edit. So this is for the first order. With this you can edit any of the details here. You can edit the owner. So say if I wanted to assign this to someone else, I could reassign that to the person that's in the list. And then they would have to complete this task, but I could still be in charge of the project and another order. So what I'm going to do is you can create the purchase order from here, but what I'm going to do is change this to delivery. And then now that it's been delivered, I'm going to change this to complete and click Save. And now this brings us back to the orders section. So we need to find order 14. Here it is. And it's been completed. So now we need to close this order off. And click yes. So first of all, you can assign the invoice. And you can also turn this order into a template for later use, but I'm not going to bother with any of that. I'm just going to close this order. And now if I go back to that order that's been closed off, oops, I think I've lost it. Order 14, it's here. So now I'm going to view this order. So as you can see, this is being closed, and we can go to the invoice. And this invoice is in the drafting phase. We can actually send that one off to the client. So you can email the invoice here when it's ready to go. I'm going to go back to the project and just refresh this page. As you can see here, it's now 50% completed. We need to complete this order. So this is the same process for work records. You need to complete the work and then close off the work record and turn it into an invoice. So this is the same process. Yes, close this order. And that one has been closed off. Now we'll refresh this project. So this one's 100% completed. So now we can change the status to completed and click save. You can add a comment there if necessary and click OK. Now here it is, so we can close this project off and click OK. And that one is now closed. So we can have a look at that project and see that it's closed and all of the work's been completed on this. So let's just go back. So here you can search for a project, so put in the information here and click filter or reset to remove it. And you can also navigate through the projects here. We're going to have a quick look at the project's overview. So the project overview shows you all of the current projects that are running, and you can select for a particular period, or you can do a custom report and click submit, and then the information will come up here for each of the projects. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy using Working Cloud.